What I did not put on the review, which you will have on your test, is a triangle where I've given you a right angle. I told you that this is 57 degrees and this is 12 and that's for x. What trig ratio is that? Sine. All right? You with me? So you have probably at least 3 of those. So just be aware, I just noticed that as I see here. You have 3 word problems. So where are we going to begin? Let's review. 11. All right, yes. You have several of these on. It's all about drawing what?
I don't know.
This is 11. What do you, I did not draw everything you needed. We talked about this a while ago. This is 90. This is 90. They told us that this is 30. They told us this is 13. This is 19. This whole thing is B and this is A. So as soon as you see 30, what are you going to need that's not there? Okay. Well, we need what figure? Triangle. So you're going to drop a perpendicular down. If you don't drop that perpendicular down, you probably aren't going to get this right. So that's important. Now I formed a special right triangle, and I think what we're going to do today, since this is turning review, let's get this started. Are you recording? Mm-hmm. Travis, are you going to record? All right. So I need to know how to label this triangle. Carly? What's its angle? 60. Okay, in terms of x, this is? This is? X squared. And this is? 2x. All right, so do we have any numbers at the moment on this picture, on this triangle? We have a letter, which is going to help us. What kind of figure is this? Okay, it is a four-sided figure. Jennifer, what type of figure is this if there's 90 degrees? It's got 4 sides. It could be a square. Look at these 2 numbers. It's not a square, it's a rectangle. What do we know about opposite sides of a rectangle? Let me ask this to somebody else. What do we know about opposite sides of a rectangle, Tommy? They're equal. So what is the length from here to here? 13. And what is the length from here down to here? 19. There is our equation right there. And that took some thinking, and you'll see you can expect that. X is equal to 19. So now if X is equal to 19, we should be able to get A. A happens to be what? 2x. What is X? So that's going to be 2 times 19 or?
38.
38. I need this length from here to here. And that's x squared root of 3, so what is that going to be? If x is 19. 19 square root of 3. What is b if we start here and go all the way over to here? What is it? 19 square root of 3 plus 13. We cannot add those. This would be like, would you add 9x plus 13?
No.
No, because they're different. That square root of 3, that radical 3 is treated as if it were a variable. That's as good as it gets. Next question. This was problem 11. Caitlin. 23. 23 said an airplane is flying at a height of 2 miles above the ground. So it looks to me like we need the ground, and we need an airplane. Alright, so I have an airplane. And I think I'm going to, there's that. And we probably are going to have this. Caitlin, what does it mean to be 2 miles above the ground?
Sorry, what was the question?
What does it mean to be 2 miles above the ground?
2 miles high.
Okay, so that would be your vertical, correct? Alright, then it says the distance along the ground from the airplane along the ground, from the airplane to the airport. This would be airport. And that's going to be 5 miles. Okay, why is it wrong to put 5 here? Because why?
Because that's not what everything is.
What was the key word in this sentence? Ground. Okay. What is the angle of depression? All right, how do I draw an angle of depression, Kayla? Right, because angles of elevation, angles of depression are based on the horizontal. So this is what we're looking for. We do not know what this is. All right, how do I work with an angle that is not inside my triangle? Carmen?
You bring it into
Where?
the side.
Here? Here?
Yeah, I can do that.
So this x is equal to that angle?
Yes.
Okay, what's an angle of depression?
Horizontal.
Based on horizontal. What is this? Is that horizontal?
Yes, it's horizontal.
Okay, that's horizontal too.
No, wait a minute. That's vertical.
That's vertical. All right, angles of depression, angles of elevation are always based on horizontal. What's the relationship between
Same side as you.
all three? So if this is x, what must this be? Right. So we're going to get it down here. Alright, this is the biggest mistake kids make, is putting it here. And then the reason that is wrong is it's based on a vertical. Angles of depression, elevation are always based on a horizontal. And that depression and elevation always have an alternate interior relationship. Sydney, what trig function is this going to be? So I think you're telling me this is with respect to this little x, that's opposite, this is adjacent, okay?
10.
10. So I'm going to have someone set up my team. This goes to Trevor. How do you set this up?
If you can, x equals 2 over 5.
All right. So now we're solving for the angle. How do we do that? It's not here. How do we do that, Carmen?
You can divide.
Yes, we not multiply. How do we disconnect x from tangent?
The inverse.
You have to take
10 the second.
tan inverse of tan. And if you inverse the left, you have to inverse the right. Carmen, what does tan inverse mean to tangent? That's correct, leaving us with just x. Alright, so now how do you push the buttons on your calculator to do this part over here, Nick? You hit tan 2 times the tan button? Does hitting the tan button type work? Really? I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, second. Yes, if you're doing Florida rights or whatever they call it now, FSA rights.
Florida rights.
And it's your turn to test, go to your test.
Actually,
Okay, do it again.
we have this computer at the same time.
Good luck, this is our first day. All right, you better have a calculator, here we go. Oh, that's an it again, sorry, no.
I know it's
All right, Kayla E. You need a scientific. There's one in front of MJ. So I need to know what 10 inverse of cubic is. This will be online. Okay,
something.
and I'll record secretary. 10 inverse of 6. Good. Okay. Put your calculators out.
Can I have it?
Did you do second? Can. Can. So you divide by 5. Give me there. All right. All right. Did you all get 21.80? Did it? All right. So that's going to be degrees. I'm going to want units. It's an angle. That's our angle of elevation or depression. Next,
What's the actual number for tangent?
what's the actual number?
Yeah.
What do you mean tangent?
You just press when, you press 10 and then press equals.
Oh, no.
Or
That's an error.
For what?
see that to,
Oh, okay, that's, okay, so if you put 10 and hit enter, it's an error. And the reason why is it has to have an angle. That's not multiplied, that's a physical property.
You can times what?
16.
What'd you get?
Right. So 16, we're looking at just the ratio. So this is just to check to see if you understand the ratios. We've got VOG. This is little o, this is little g, this is little d. Now this is respect to angle B. What is sine B? And James. Harper, what is sine B? Okay, with respect to B.
D over D.
D over G. Okay, with respect to B, this is opposite, this is adjacent. Now, when you do O, that changes the opposite when you do that. Next question. Caitlin? 13. On 13, we need a well-placed, shall we say, line. So we've got this to be 90, we've got this to be 90. They told us that this is 8. This whole thing up here is A. The whole thing down here is 15. This is 30, and this is B. Alright, so we got a 30-degree angle.
There's no 13.
Maybe the 13 and 13. Trevor, we need a well-placed segment.
Oh, on the right side of A.
Alright, from here down forms a right triangle. How do we know we need to do that? That little 30 is kind of a hint. That's a special right triangle, if we had a right triangle. Harper, you get to label the sides in terms of X. What is this? Okay.
Sorry. Sorry. X. And 60 is X squared.
Okay?
And then B is the,
And again, that does not help us whatsoever because there's two variables. What kind of figure, Brittany, is this figure here? It is a rectangle. Okay, so what do we know about rectangles? If this is 8, what does this mean? So here is your equation right there. X is equal to 8. So if I want b, and b is 2x, and I now know what x is, how do I get that, Eric? 2 times 8, which is 16. Alright, this whole thing from here to here is 15. So what I've got to figure out is what is it from here to here? And we know that that's x squared root of 3. So if I know what x is, how long is that going to be, Becky? 8 square root of 3. So this is 8 square root of 3. From here to here. The whole thing is 15. If this is a, then that has to be a too. If I know the whole length, partial, less the strongest. How am I going to get a? Carlin!
Yay.
oh, it's the question.
Okay, you know the whole thing is 15. You know this little piece is 8 squared root of 3. What way do you get a?
8 squared root of 3, 15. What do I do?
Well, let me ask you this. If this were a 5, what would this be? What did you do? So if the whole thing's 15, and this is now 8 squared root of 3, what do you do? 15 minus 8 squared root of 3. And you cannot do anything with this. This is treated as a variable. These are unlike, it stays that way. Next. Caitlin? 24 takes us back to our word problems. It says a bird sits on top of a lamppost. Alright, so as you read this, you need to know how to draw the picture. What should I draw so far, Brittany? A bird sits on a lamppost. What should I draw? I should draw a triangle. Alright, if I get a triangle, how does that help me? So which one of these sides is the lamppost? So this is the lamppost. And we've got, here's the lamp is on. And where's the bird? Alright, so now we need a bird. There is a bird sitting on top of this lamppost. There's a bird. Alright. The angle of depression from the bird to the feet of an observer standing away from the lamppost. Alright, so now it says, Eric, the angle of depression from the bird to the feet of an observer standing away from the lamppost. What should I be drawing now? Observer. Where's the observer? He's here? We have an angle of depression. Can I do an angle of depression if he's here? He's got to be. And this is down to his what? So steep. That's his mouth? I don't know what to do. He's facing the wrong way. So you want him to look at the bird?
Sure.
Okay. So I need an angle of depression. How am I going to draw an angle of depression, Devin? Draw horizontal at the bird, correct? And where is it then? Well, wait a minute, the angle of depression is, okay, so
Oh, sorry.
this is angle of depression, but you're telling me that it's equivalent to, right, that's how we get it inside our triangle, alternate interior angles. Alright, so it says the angle of depression from the bird to the feet of an observer standing away from the lamppost is 35 degrees. Alright, it says it, so this is going to be 35 degrees. Is that Brittany? Okay. Brittany, then it says the distance from the bird to the observer is 25. Where did that go? Okay, and why did you choose the hypotenuse? Last language. What were the key words that said that was the second? Bird to observer. The bird is not here. Bird to observer is not here. Bird to observer, observer is not here. Bird to observer must be that. We want to know how tall is the lamppost. So where should my variable go? How tall is the lamppost? Caitlin? Okay, well, X, I'm sorry, this isn't X, this is 35. Where should X go? On the vertical, because that's how tall the lamppost is. Alright, so with respect to 35, who's opposite and adjacent, Eric? With respect to the 35-degree angle. Yep, opposite is X. What's 35? What's 25? Hypotenuse. Alright, those are the ones I really truly only need to identify. What trig function would this be, Kayla? Pardon? Do you have any notes? SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. We want opposite and hypotenuse, which is it? Opposite, sum. So can you set this up? Sine what? Is equal to over. Excellent. How do we solve for x? 7? So you have 25 sine 35 equals x. And if we do 25 times sine 35, Travis, what is it?
Sine times
25 times sine 35. So did you do 35 sine? 35? Sorry, what is it? 14.34, and that is going to be a vertical height, and there's problems in meters. Ready? Alright. Again, it's important that you know the ratio of your 30, 60, 90, 45, 45, 90 triangles. Okay, this is 90. I'm going to let this be 60. I can do my picture a little bit different. A is at 60, P is at 90, and here's P. Number 3 said AP is equal to 7. So I need somebody to label the sides in terms of x, because that's our first step. Yeah? This is going to be 30. So this will be x. Good. And 90 is? Alright. So once you get your sides labeled in terms of x, where are we putting the 7, Jeff? AP is equal to 7. That is your equation. X equals 7. How do I solve that equation? Nick, not yet. How do I say this equation? Solve it, McKenna? X equals 7. Okay, she's telling us it's already solved. X is already by itself. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to say AT, I'm not going to write it first. Number 3, AT. AT is equal to 2x, which is equal to, and now, how do I figure out what AT is, okay? AT is 2x. 2 times what? Which is? Alright, and then we need PT. PT is equal to, what does PT equal? Jennifer? X square root of 3, and what is x? Yes. Next. 12. Okay, so this is 12. It's another trapezoid. So that is 90, this is 90, and they have told us that this is 45. This is B, this is A, this is 11, and this whole bottom is 30. So, my question is, there needs to be a perpendicular, Kayla, a very specifically placed perpendicular. A down to 30, because that forms a what? A triangle. And that's a special angle. All right, Travis, what's my other angle? All right, what is this side in terms of x? This side? This is 45. Okay, we're at 45, 45, 90, we don't need to. So what's opposite 45? What's opposite is 45? What's opposite to 90? So now that we've got that set up, thank you. Alright, so now, what is this figure, Harper? From here, here, to here, to there. The rectangle. So now, we are counting on the fact that your knowledge of rectangles from a long time ago is here. So if this is 11, what is this?
11.
So that is your equation. So x is equal to 11.
How do you know it's a rectangle?
Because it's in the picture, and if that's 90, that's 90.
But what is the square?
How do you know? Well, if you square it, does it really matter? On opposite sides of the square, can you do it too? You can't assume square. The only way you can assume square is follow these for Mark.
I can't assume I can't do it.
Yeah, you can, because you've got 390-degree angles, you subtract that from... Well, but that's 30. Yeah. Okay, so we know x is equal to 11. So what is the distance, Travis, from here to here? If it's x. 11. Alright, so if that is 11, then I need to know, Kayla, what is the distance from here to here? If this is 11 and that's 30. So we're going to say 30 take away 11 is 19. So if this is 19, then if we look up to A, what must A be, Becky? Correct, because it's a rectangle. Here's my B. Alright, we're ready for B now. So if I've got x to be 11, Trevor, what's B? Next question, yes. Which one? 9.
Over 8.
I've never heard of it.
Wait,
I'll do it eventually, but.
why do you get on?
Alright,
Oh, what?
Why do you get on?
Because I just got to make call one. I'm not going to, I already have one.
but it's
It's
too
too
late
lazy to wake up by it.
because I don't accept it. That would be the logical solution, but I can't tell you how many people exist, so think that way. Load mine.
So if I just put in A like 30
Alright, so this is M, E, and this is problem 9. So we know that NE is equal to 2. First of all, I did a dip, Carlin, if I mark these two sides equal, what do you know about those two angles? So that's 90, but must be 2. Okay, so we've now identified, because they could give you the 45 or they can make it disguise. Caitlin, can you label this triangle in terms of X? What is this? What is this? What is this? Alright, so with that labeled, where am I going to put my 2 in J? Where did 2 go? Okay, so we go on this side, that is our equation, x equals 2. Is there any solving to be done for this equation? Leslie? Nothing. Jennifer? You have to add, subtract, multiply, yourself x? Or is x already by itself? It's done. Okay, so if that's x, they've asked for in problem 9, NE. How do I get NE? What is NE? Jennifer? X. Is it X or X? Look at the picture. What's on the side of NE? X. What is X? 2. So NE is found, and now we need NN. So what is on an inside? Kayla? X square root of 2. So what should NN be? Right. Other questions? Any other questions? Okay, if there's no questions, I want you to do this one because I didn't give you one.
What? Can we just put this like in our homework?
We can put this on your homework if you want. Let's see, suppose I tell you that this is 27 degrees, and this is 8. Oh, you want this to be in here, yeah, but then the people that aren't here don't have it.
It's alright. Yeah.
Well, no, but.
No, it could be like an
They
extra.
can watch the video for a minute.
They're not gonna know you're they're not here.
Right.
Well, she told us to watch the video, that's supposed to be on.
But there are some people that aren't
Okay,
here.
let's chill.
Alright, so that's number 1, and this is number 2. Suppose I ask you for this angle and tell you that this is 12 and this is 7. No, I don't like this.
This isn't a real seat.
This is not an EOC.
You can do an EOC like an extra one every day to account for the other people that are being here.
Now wait a minute, you're telling me to give you extra credit EOC